of 15 from the field, including 7 threes. And Kendrick Nunn came off the bench and scored 14 on 6 of 11 from the field. Our Jared Greenberg and Steve Smith spoke to both of those guys following Game 5.
As this series has gone on, I'm getting more and more comfortable. And truthfully, I was very disappointed in how I came out really in those first 2 games. I felt like I wasn't myself and what I've been all year. And like I said, credit to these guys because they're just always in my ear. They're relentless, always asking me to be aggressive and do my job. And obviously, it helps when the ball goes through a little bit. That obviously builds confidence as well.
Before you get a chance to get your feet set to take a shot, what's the mindset of you? Because this looks like they're trying to be physical.
Coach Spo always says persistence. That's a key for me. So particularly at this stage, everything's scouted. Everyone knows what you're trying to do. And, truthfully, I hardly take 2. So they know I'm trying to take 3s. And it falls on me to be persistent and get to my spots and really do whatever it takes.
What if I told you that only Ray Allen and Steph Curry have hit more 3s in an NBA Finals game than Duncan Robinson? What would you say?
I'd say that's very good company. Those are 2 big-time players, storied careers already. Obviously, one of them still going. So I guess I still got 2 people to catch then.
Let's talk about your journey and going from not playing in playoff games after finishing as a finalist for Rookie of the Year to now having to step up and play a pivotal role in a win-or-go-home game. Yeah. What did that mean to you?
It means a lot. I just knew I had to stay ready. Even though I wasn't playing, the rotations got short, and I knew there would be a time where my team needs me the most. So I just had to stay ready in between those days, not playing, and stay sharp, and that's what I did.
How tough was that for you to take those DNPs as you worked your way back?
It was definitely tough. Just knowing how I contributed to this team all season long was a big factor. Also starting throughout the whole entire year, and it was tough.
When you see a guy who's been a leader for you, Jimmy Butler, go out and play more than 47 minutes tonight and put it all out on the line, what do you think about when you're watching this happen in person?
I know the type of player that Jimmy is, so I'm not surprised by it at all. He's built for it. That's the type of player he is, and we have confidence in him that we can lean on him and get the job done.
For you being such a young guy, are you sitting there at any point saying, oh, my goodness, it's LeBron and Jimmy Butler going back and forth in one of the best games we've seen all year?
No, I'm not, actually. That's probably why I have so much confidence, right? Because, I believe I belong.
But it's got to cross your mind, right? We'll get back to more on Kendrick Nunn shortly. First, the shot chart from Duncan Robinson's Game 5. He was 7 of 13 from beyond the arc, good for nearly 54%. And he sounded like he was joking, but he wasn't. He knows the defense isn't looking for him to take 2s. He's taking 3s. So, Zeke, why don't you break down for me what made him so effective in that game?
Kristen, what really makes him so effective is that he moves well without the basketball. And he's great at reading the defense. And, in basketball, we all know the screener gets the shot. So he's an excellent screener. He sets the screen. Butler drives. Now, Green turns his head and, baseline drive, baseline drift. Even though it's not a baseline drive, Duncan knocks the shot down, losing his man. Those fundamental disciplines always come into play. Again, everybody's ball watching. And you always talk to see man and ball. You will see now these 2 LA defenders bump into each other. Duncan comes off, knocks the shot down. Moving without the basketball, that is what he's great at. Circling, screening, catching, shooting. And whenever he catches the basketball, he always has his feet set. And he's coming off to his right, feet set, shot pocket, right into rhythm. When you're guarding a guy like Robinson, you always have to be in a position where you're watching man and ball. And sometimes people say you have to have your head on the swivel, but with Robinson, you can't have your head on the swivel because anytime you look away, he's gone. So you got to take a step back so you'll be able to point and see man and ball at the same time, use your peripheral vision. But if you are looking and got your head on a swivel back and forth, Anytime you lose Robinson, he is gone and he's knocking down threes.
Let's talk a little bit more about Kendrick Nunn as well, because GP, he did tell our guys down in Orlando that he stayed ready even when he wasn't playing. What did you see from him that made the difference off the bench?
Well, I've seen everything in the beginning of the year. That's why he was a runner-up for Rookie of the Year and made first team All-Rookie. It's because this kid was a surprise all during the year. He is ready. He's built for this, as he says. He can shoot the basketball. He can he can take it off the dribble. He can even defend, and he runs the floor. And look how good this kid is. Well, when he got sick, all of a sudden everybody starts stepping up, and then he didn't have his role no more. But this is what a kid's supposed to do who's young, didn't get drafted and got an opportunity, and then all of a sudden he stays ready. Next thing you know, somebody gets hurt. He comes in, he steps in, and he goes right into what he was doing all year. I'm not surprised. This kid was having a great year anyway. It's just that other people stepped up when he got sick, sat him down, but then he got his opportunity again, and look at him now. He coming in and doing the same things he did all during the year, which was be productive and be that rookie that he can be.
And Grant, I know it can't be undervalued what both he and Duncan Robinson meant to the Heat in Game 5, but they've got another shooter on that roster in Tyler Hero capable of doing the same thing. Are you waiting expectantly for a game like that from him?
Chris, and I am. I mean, Tyler Hero obviously has had a great postseason and, can put the ball on the floor, get to the rim. Obviously a great catch and shoot player. Is someone that can be a good playmaker. Obviously we see him here finishing on jump shots, but you can put the ball in his hands and he can make plays. And so he hasn't had that sort of breakout game yet in the postseason, and credit the Lakers for doing a really good job defending him, but he has contributed. But, look, getting back to what we were saying earlier, we're talking about Duncan Robinson, Kendrick Nunn, and Tyler Hero. A year ago, nobody thought that these guys would be able to contribute at this level. And I think it speaks to them as individuals and their character and their work ethic, but it speaks to that vaunted Heat culture that GP talked about earlier. And so these three are making big contributions, and two of them have to make, pretty significant ones tonight for the Heat to win.
Well, to your point, Grant, I think like a year ago he was like at prom, right? I don't think, none of us expected it because, he was in high school. Now, we've got to take a quick break, but when we come back, we've got Coach Speak with our Stan Van Gundy standing by to break down the
to my left, and I got two Hall of Famers with me. The one and only Michael Wilbon, journalist extraordinaire, commentator extraordinaire, PTI fame, and the point guard ever, Irvin Magic Johnson. Let's get to right to it, Wilbon. I think this is over tonight. The Los Angeles Lakers, I think, will close the deal. I hear you think otherwise, sir?
Well, with all due respect to all these themes I just heard, is this a post-game show? Did I Rip Van Winkle my way through the game? There's a game that's got to be played, right? I am not disagreeing in a huge way with you two guys. I think the Lakers are going to win this series, but I don't think it's going to happen tonight. I'm not only am I not sure of it, I think Miami has one more in them, Stephen A., and it's not going to be a Jimmy Butler game for the ages. Look, guys do that once in a career. So you're going to ask him to do it twice in a week? No, I don't see that. So Bam's got to play. Tyler Hero's got to play. Up and down that roster, Jay Crowder's got to play. They need Duncan Robinson. They need all of those guys to have minus performances, and maybe Jimmy has to go a step beyond. But I don't have this over. I don't have confetti being dropped on the set just yet.
What about you, Irvin Magic Johnson?
Well, the hardest game, Stephen A., to win is a closeout game. And I would say this, the toughest team you ever want to play is this Miami Heat team, because there becomes a point in a series when the team that's down 3-1 knows that they can't beat the other team. And the team that's up 3-1 says, oh, it's over, we got them. This Miami Heat team is not that type of 3-1 team. Because of Pat Riley, because of Spoelstra, they're going to come out and play hard, physical, and mean. But I will say this. This is a chance for LeBron James to get his fourth ring. AD to get his first NBA championship ring. The Lakers win tonight because there's too many guys, Dwight Howard, who don't have a ring. Morris don't have a ring. Kuzma don't have a ring. Frank Vogel don't have a ring. So these guys are all going to come together. That's why they're wearing that Mamba black Laker jersey tonight.
I can appreciate that, but I'm just going to throw this out there as an aside. They have been stuck in Orlando the last few weeks. I mean, once this is over, they get to go back to South Beach and Los Angeles, California. They've been away from family and loved ones. Isn't that some sort of motivation to finish this as quickly as possible, Magic?
Well, that too. But the ring, listen, LeBron is chasing GOAT status, right? So he needs this really to be in the conversation with Michael Jordan, right? So
and Irvin Johnson.
Does this put him there?
He's not going to toot his own horn,
Real
but I'm
quickly,
going to.
Mike Magic, does this put him there? I mean, he wins.